While the world was distracted, elections, crises, and the endless noise of everyday headlines, China crossed a line, a technological threshold that only one other nation has ever reached. This is the Fujian, China's newest aircraft carrier, commissioned 6 weeks ago, and it launches 30-ton fighter jets using nothing but magnets. Only the United States has ever done this, until now. But the Fujian is only number 2 on this list. Today, I'm breaking down the 10 most revolutionary Chinese ships that are redefining what maritime dominance actually means. And I'm telling you right now, when you reach number 1, you'll understand why China doesn't just want to compete with America's Navy, they want to replace it. Subscribe, because what you're about to see is the future of naval power. 10. COSCO Galaxy. This is a container ship, but calling it a container ship is like calling the Empire State Building a tall office. The COSCO Galaxy stretches 399.9 meters long, nearly 4 football fields, end to end. To give you an idea, if you stood at the bow and shouted, your voice wouldn't reach the stern. But length isn't the story here. The Galaxy carries 21,237 containers, TEUs, standard shipping units. Stack them end to end, you'd wrap around Manhattan twice. But how do you even load 21,000 containers? Automated cranes, AI-guided logistics. Ships like this don't wait in port. They arrive, unload, reload, and leave in hours. And what we missed is, China doesn't just operate these ships, it builds them, it designs them, it owns the ports they dock in, from Piraeus to Rotterdam to Long Beach. The COSCO Galaxy isn't just a cargo ship, it's infrastructure, it's supply chain dominance disguised as a boat. But size is only the first step. The following is a ship that doesn't burn a single drop of fuel. Number 9. The Geopolitics Electric Bulk Carrier. Launched 3 months ago, October 23, 2025, this is the world's first fully electric bulk cargo ship. This vessel carries 13,000 tons of cargo. That's the weight of 800 semi-trucks, and it does it without a diesel engine. How do you power 1,600 tons of ship carrying 13,000 tons of cargo? With batteries. 24,000 kilowatt hours. That's the battery capacity. Enough to power an average American home for 2 years, packed into one ship. The range is 500 kilometers per charge, but saves 617 tons of fuel per year. 2,052 tons of CO2 gone. This is sailing the Yangtze River right now. China didn't just electrify a cargo ship, it proved that scale and zero emissions aren't mutually exclusive. But if you think electric cargo is impressive, landing at number 8 is a ship that does the impossible in both directions. 8. Snowdragon 2. China's most advanced polar research vessel. 122 meters long, 14,300 tons. But that's not the story. Most icebreakers go forward, smash through ice, back up on repeat. Snowdragon 2, it breaks ice forward and backward. Bidirectional icebreaking, the only ship in the world designed to break through 1.5 meters of ice at 3 knots in either direction. What does this mean practically? It doesn't get stuck, ever. The ship can spin in place, break a channel, reverse out, clear another path. Freedom of movement that other icebreakers literally cannot achieve. As Arctic ice melts, new shipping lanes open, new resources become accessible, new territory becomes contestable. Whoever controls the poles controls the next century's supply chains. Snowdragon 2 isn't just breaking ice, it's breaking Western monopoly on polar access. So far, we've seen size, efficiency, physics-defying mobility. But sliding into number 7 is where precision becomes impossible. Number 7. Zhenhua 30. This is the world's largest crane vessel, and what it did last month shouldn't be possible. November 2025, Zhenhua 30 lifted a single structure weighing 10,000 tons. That's the weight of the Eiffel Tower. in one lift. But seriously, when you're lifting 10,000 tons, how do you place it accurately? The answer is millimeter precision, computer-controlled hydraulics, real-time load balancing, sensors measuring every axis simultaneously. This ship built the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the world's longest sea-crossing bridge. It placed 33 tunnel segments, each one aligned with surgical precision, underwater. Infrastructure projects that would take decades elsewhere. China completes in years because they built tools like Zhenhua 30. This isn't just a crane, it's a construction platform the size of a stadium with the accuracy of a Swiss watch. If you're amazed by these ships so far, you're not alone, and it's not the end. The next 5 ships don't just push boundaries, they enter science fiction territory. Autonomous AI drones that hunt submarines, hypersonic missiles that travel at Mach 5, an underwater surveillance network that turns the entire ocean into a sensor. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you. Number 6. Haiyang Shiyu 982. China's 6th-generation semi-submersible drilling platform, deployed in the South China Sea since 2019. And it does something that defies physics. Operating depth, 1,800 meters below the surface. Drilling depth, 9,144 meters. That's 9 kilometers down, through rock, through pressure that would crush a submarine. But here's the impossible part. This platform doesn't drop anchor. It hovers. 6 thrusters, dynamic positioning, an AI that constantly adjusts to currents, waves, and wind. The result? Haiyang Shiyu 982 remains perfectly stationary, even in a Category 8 typhoon. The Deep Sea No. 1 project, Phase 2, this platform successfully drilled into a well at 69 megapascals of pressure. That's 680 atmospheres, enough force to crush steel. China just unlocked oil and gas reserves that no one else can reach, not because others don't want to, because they can't. This platform doesn't fight the ocean. It becomes part of it, moving with it, adjusting to it, extracting from it. While competitors need calm seas, Haiyang Shiyu 982 works through storms. From platforms that defy weather to drones that hunt without humans. At number 5, the ocean becomes a war zone controlled by AI. Number 5. Winglong X. This isn't a ship, it's a ship killer. Winglong X is a maritime patrol drone capable of 40 hours of continuous autonomous flight. No pilot or human fatigue. Just watching. But watching isn't the scary part. What happens when it finds something? Winglong X deploys sonobuoys, underwater listening devices that detect submarines. AI processes the acoustic signatures in real time, classifies targets, tracks movement, and then it decides. This drone carries anti-submarine torpedoes, and when armed, it can engage autonomously. The AI determines threat level and acts without radio call and human confirmation. 40 hours of patrol means one drone covers an area that would require 6 manned aircraft. Fleets of these, the ocean becomes transparent. China didn't just build a better drone, it removed humans from the kill chain for submarines worth billions of dollars, from autonomous hunters to weapons that can't be stopped. At number 4, speed becomes the ultimate defense. Number 4. Type 055 Destroyer. Just last month, China completed finalization tests for a missile that makes everything else obsolete, the YJ-20. Speed, Mach 5 or higher. Hypersonic. At Mach 5, this missile covers 1 mile per second. From launch to impact on a ship 200 miles away, 2 minutes. But speed isn't the problem for defenders. Predictability is. The YJ-20 doesn't fly straight. It uses an aeroballistic trajectory, what analysts call porpoising. It dives, climbs, dives again, zigzags. Current defense systems, they calculate interception based on linear paths. Against something that changes direction unpredictably at Mach 5, they can't. The Type 055 carries 112 vertical launch cells. That's 112 potential missiles. 8 of these destroyers are operational now, 4 more under construction. The Pentagon's own assessment was that China now possesses the world's most advanced hypersonic arsenal, not one of, the most advanced. Every aircraft carrier in the Western Pacific is now within 2-minute strike range, and there's no proven defense. From missiles that can't be stopped to a network that sees everything. At number 3, the ocean itself becomes a weapon. Number 3, underwater Great Wall. This isn't a single ship, it's an entire ocean transformed into a sensor. China has deployed a seabed sonar network reaching depths of 2,000 meters, listening stations with autonomous sensors and AI processing nodes. Locations confirmed is the Mariana Trench, Yap Island, which happens to overlook the American naval base in Guam. Traditional submarine detection, 2.4 kilometers. This network, 50 kilometers or more. How? 5 layers. China calls it the Transparent Ocean Initiative. Layer 1, seabed sensors, permanent, passive, always listening. Layer 2, underwater gliders, autonomous drones collecting data continuously. Layer 3, surface buoys, relaying information to satellites. Layer 4, aircraft, confirming contacts from above. Layer 5, AI integration, all layers feeding into a single processing system. The entire South China Sea, the Philippine Sea, the East China Sea. One network, one awareness. And it gets stranger. If the underwater Great Wall works as designed, that advantage disappears. China didn't build better submarines, it turned the entire ocean into a computer and made submarines visible. These 3 ships changed how China fights, but the next 2 change whether China needs to fight at all. And number 2, the electromagnetic threshold. Number 2, Fujian aircraft carrier. Commissioned 2 months ago. China's 3rd aircraft carrier, and the only carrier outside the United States with this technology. EMALS, Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System. While most carriers used steam catapults, technology from the 1950s, Fujian uses magnets. Linear induction motors accelerate aircraft from 0 to 150 miles per hour in 3 seconds. Why does this matter? Steam catapults stress aircraft frames. They're violent and imprecise. EMALS can be tuned. Launch a 30-ton fighter, adjust the power. Launch a 10-ton drone, adjust again. Same catapult, any aircraft. Optimal stress every time. Fujian carries the J-35, China's stealth naval fighter, the J-15T, a heavier strike aircraft, and the KG-600, an AWACS early warning plane. A full carrier air wing, stealth, strike, surveillance, all launching electromagnetically. It took the United States 70 years to develop electromagnetic launch technology. China did it in 15. Fujian isn't just a carrier, it's proof that technological gaps can close faster than anyone expected. Now, everything I've shown you is impressive, but Fujian is only number 2, because 1,200 kilometers north of where Fujian was commissioned, something bigger is taking shape. Number 1. Type 004 Nuclear Supercarrier. And taking the top spot, a ship that doesn't exist yet, but will. The Type 004 Nuclear Supercarrier. In September 2025, satellite imagery revealed hull sections at the Dalian shipyard. Massive curved steel, the unmistakable shape of a carrier hull. But this wasn't another Fujian. The sections were larger. Projected displacement, 110,000 to 120,000 tons. That's heavier than the USS Gerald Ford. Length, 330 to 340 meters. Aircraft capacity, 90 or more. Launch system, EMALS, electromagnetic catapults, like Fujian. Sortie rate, 160 aircraft launches per day. But none of that is why this is number 1. In 2024, CNN confirmed that China built a prototype naval nuclear reactor, the Longwei Project, Base 909, Sichuan Province. Documents from the 701 Institute, China's Carrier Design Center, verified the reactor's intended purpose: aircraft carrier propulsion. Type 004 will be nuclear-powered, and that changes everything. Conventional carriers need to refuel. They're limited by fuel capacity, by supply chains, by geography. But nuclear carriers, they never refuel. The reactor runs for decades. The ship operates indefinitely. It can project power to the Indian Ocean, the Middle East, the Atlantic, and never return to port for fuel. But it's not just about movement. Nuclear reactors generate massive continuous power. Power for electromagnetic catapults, power for advanced radar systems, power for directed energy weapons, lasers, and railguns that other carriers can't support. Fujian has EMALs but runs on conventional fuel. Type 004 will have EMALs in unlimited electrical generation. This isn't a ship. It's a floating nuclear power plant that launches stealth fighters, that shoots hypersonic missiles, that never stops, never refuels, never leaves, never quits. The operational estimate is 2028 to 2030. When Type 004 launches, China becomes only the second nation in history to operate a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. And unlike the Cold War, this time it's not a superpower in decline building them. It's a superpower on the rise. From the COSCO Galaxy carrying 21,000 containers, to the Fujian launching fighters with magnets, to the Type 004, a nuclear supercarrier being built right now that will never need to refuel. These ships don't just dwarf others in size, they dwarf them in capability. China didn't just build bigger boats, it redefined what ships can be. Cargo ships that don't pollute, icebreakers that don't get stuck, cranes with surgical precision, platforms that ignore storms, drones that decide to kill, missiles that can't be stopped, oceans that see everything, carriers launched by magnets, and now a nuclear vessel that operates forever. Which ship impressed you most? The electromagnetic Fujian that just entered service, or the nuclear Type 004 that's still being built? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to understand how China is reshaping the world, don't forget to like and subscribe.